What's up, YouTube? This is Sea-Dog, and I'm back with another review. This is a toy review on the Scooby-Doo set. This is Series 1. This is by Character Toys, I believe. See? Character Toys. And we have Scooby and the Phantom Racer. We have Velma and Dracula. We have Daphney and the Skeleton Man. We have Shaggy and the Wolfman. And then we have Fred and the Mystery Machine. So without further ado, let's get to the review. Okay, first and foremost, we're going to take a look at Scooby-Doo in the packaging. This is Scooby, and you can see they all have articulation of some kind. We got the Phantom Racer here. We have Scooby is art. I believe they're all the same packaging, so you're not going to get any cool art on each one, which is kind of a bummer. They actually did have the mansion, the Scooby-Doo mansion where I was. I didn't pick it up. It was $30-something. I think it was $31 or something like that. Here's a little bio for you if you want to pause and read. Thinking we all know Scooby-Doo. Here's another figure that you can get with Scooby. He's Frankenstein. I don't believe I have him. I went with the Phantom Racer because he looked like a better figure overall. If you look at this one, he doesn't have any articulation. If you look at this one, he's got arms and swivels and knees and all that. So, alright. Next up is his pal Shaggy. And if you look, he's got his nice long t-shirt and his bell bottoms on. He's got his boots. He's got his wonky arms that are long. He's got the goatee that he's famous for. And he's got articulation. And he also comes with the Wolfman. His Wolfman's kind of like Frankenstein in the fact he doesn't have that much articulation, although he does have some swivels and stuff, and we'll check that out more after we open up the figure. You can take a look at the bio. Pause it. Alright. Next up we have Velma and Dracula. So Velma looks like she's got the right articulation. We got articulation in the knees and the elbows, so that's good. A little bit funny on the face, but definitely looks like Velma. Dracula looks pretty cool. He doesn't have as much articulation, but I think that's because they have to make new molds for these villains more so, or I don't know. Honestly, it's just a cop-out. But it looks good. He's got nice paint on the red. And we'll check that out more. Here's a little bit of a bio for you on Dracula and Velma Dinkley. Pause it. And last but not least, in the smaller boxes, we have the Skeleton Man along with Daphney. Daphney looks like Daphney, but could have a little bit more better likeness. If you look from that point, it looks a lot like her. Straight on, a little bit not so much, and from the sides looks pretty good. So, she definitely has some likeness to Daphney, and we have some articulation in the Skeleton Man. See the same thing by Character Toys. Pretty cool. There's a little bit of bio you can pause for Daphne Blake and the Skeleton Man. Not to leave Fred out, we have the Mystery Machine. I guess it unfolds into this kind of mystery I guess room of sorts, and it opens up to a playset. We have Fred in there. He's got the right articulation. Looks like he looks like Fred, and he comes with the Mystery Machine. I mean, what more can you ask? Here's a picture of the Fred figure. We'll look at the back of the packaging. Here's a little bit of bio for Fred Jones and the Mystery Machine. You can pause it there. Here's him in the van. Him when it opens up into the room. There's the mystery mansion I was telling you about. Comes with the Scooby-Doo, and I didn't buy it. I don't think I will, but maybe if a bunch of people really like these reviews and want me to buy it, I might. So without further ado, let's get to the review again. One thing I want to show real quick is if you look, when you take the figures out, there's no twist ties or anything, so that's really cool. They just pop right in and out. Pop out, then you can even pop them back in for display back in the box. So, I like that. Okay, after wrestling for about 20 minutes with these figures and mostly the Mystery Machine out of the box, and you have to unscrew a bunch of screws and you have to unflap a bunch of flaps. We have the mystery team right here. I guess we'll take a look at Scooby first. Let's see if we can get some light on him. So Scooby-Doo's pretty cool. He's got some hip articulation and knee. So he's got some posability. He can swivel his arms back and forth, and he's got knees as well. So he can go back like that, and he can go forward. And he has his head will swivel as well with his tail. We'll also have a swivel from there to there. I don't believe, and I guess it can go all the way. Yeah, you can get it to go down too. And he has a little bit of loose, kind of like a Jack Specific, but he stands really well. I mean, he has no problem standing. Good articulation. Good paint apps, I think. You know, for a kid, this is like a solid plastic toy. It reminds me of like an 80s toy. Really cool. We got some, you know, writing here. It says Hanna-Barbera character options. You know, we got the collar painted in well, nice blue. No spray over a little bit on the top, but not really, you know, not where it really matters. You got some nice black dots. Everything's in the lines, so really done well. Next, we'll take a look at Shaggy. Well, they stand really well too. It's just I'm on this foam board, so it can get knocked over easily. Let's see if we can get this focus in. He's got a little bit of a ball, like he can tilt his head up a little bit, down, not much, but he does have some range there. And he can tilt, and he can also swivel. So he's got a little bit of a range there. And he can throw his arms around, he's got elbows. He's got his hands frontwards like he did in the show. His hips will go that far forward, that far back. He's got a nice knee bend. So all in all, pretty good. And you can get him to sit, you know. So, really cool figures. I'm digging these, especially for the price. I paid $7 for each 2-pack. We got Velma. Focus. You know, her glasses are painted in blue. Her hair, it looks a little bit weird. It's got a little bit of that painted look, but it's still painted well enough. Didn't go out of the lines or anything. I like the orange sweater, nice bright colors, red skirt, orange stockings. Very cool. Got a little bit of articulation on the hips and the knees. And we got arms and elbows. Elbows don't go as far up as Shaggy's, but they're there. You can get about 45 degrees, and their head will move back and forth. So, really cool. I've wanted these figures probably since I was a kid. And then we got Daphney, and like I was showing you in the box, it looks a little funny from the front, but if you look at her from the side, she looks pretty good. Like certain angles, it definitely looks like Daphney. There, you know, I mean, she looks like Daphney anyway, but she's got a little bit better elbows, maybe 60 degrees. And front to back arms. You can get them to go all the way up if you want. Seems like her hips are kind of stuck. I don't want to really mess with them too much, as they won't really, or you can get them to go forward a little bit, but she has nice knees. I like her pink stockings. She has a waist swivel. She's the only one in here that has one, so that's cool. She can do the twist. Do the twist. Come on, baby. Oh, I guess it's because she doesn't have a neck joint. So that's her neck joint. Instead of a neck joint, they gave her this. And that's probably so they don't, you know, because a lot of times joints like that with big hair like this, and this is thick hair. You cannot bend this hair. But I don't mind. I like the joint to be right there. I mean, I like the look. I like the paint. You know, no slop. The eyes are done right. The green handkerchief, painted in well. Very cool. Got the big feet. She doesn't have big feet, but they wanted to get her to stand. She probably has feet like that. And that's probably what they did. Was the original people probably created it like that, where it looks like, and then they decided to put the bigger feet so she could stand, which I don't mind at all. And then we got Fred. He's the leader of the group. 90-degree bend on the elbows. Swivel all the way around. Oh, by the way, these joints are all really nice. Like, every one of these figures have nice joints. Kick his feet, his bell bottoms forward. Bend at 90 degrees. No waist swivel, but he does have a head. So he can rotate his head back and forth. He has no neck joint like Shaggy, but looking very cool. Really digging these figures, man. Yeah, so there's the Mr. team. Let's get his hips back. There, and they stand really well. I mean, for my stupid foam board, they're standing quite well. And then we have the Mr. Machine. So we're moving all these figures out of the way. Alright, we have the Mr. Machine. It rolls really well, like an old 80s toy would. It's big and chunky, too. I love it. I love how the wheels go. I think I paid $40 for everything, so I think that's a good deal. We got a steering wheel in there. It doesn't roll, it doesn't steer or anything. Nice translucent plastic for the windshield. Got Mr. Machine painted on the side, so that's cool. Here, let me move these figures right out of the way. And the way this works is, get this all figured out here, is it's got a little lip right here. You can lift that up and put Fred in it, so you can kind of get him to go like this, like that, and you can get him to sit in his mystery machine. It takes a little bit of doing, but not too bad. Not too bad. I think one of his feet are stuck, but we'll just put him over here for now, just to give you an idea for time constraints. I can work with it. You know, one of his feet won't let me get over there, so I'd have to figure it out. But he fits in there, no problem. He will fit in the driver's seat, no problem. But then you can also, it's just there's a lip, and his foot was angled funny. So you can also take this, open this. It's like a transformer basically, and these untab like that. These have little tabbing spots right there that clip onto these parts. And then this part does the same, and then this part as well. I think, yes. So we go like that, and then you have a stair set down like this, and it becomes a little playset. And you can put your figures in there and whatnot. And that makes them a lot more sturdy than my foam board. But really cool set. Now really quickly, we'll take a look at the villains. We got the Wolfman, no articulation on the head. We got a little bit of a swivel on the arm. And that's it for Wolfie. Really cool. And then we got the Skeleton Man. He's got articulation, and he's got elbows, head, hips and knees. So the right articulation. Cool paint. Done well. And we have Dracula. Once again, no articulation. Just a little bit of swivels in the arms. I don't even think his head moves. Nope. So that's just how he is. And then this guy was only one. There's one figure. They had, the rest of them had Frankenstein. All this, there's like 6 Scoobies with Frankenstein, or one of this. But this is the Phantom Race Driver. I believe he's from episode 1. He's got elbows, and he's got hips and knees. But let me know what you think of the review, guys. Let me know what you think of the figures. Leave a like if you like the videos, you like toys, and you like my reviews. And subscribe if you haven't already. Lots more toy reviews to come. Family Guy coming soon. And, you know, leave a comment if you got something to say. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace, y'all. Here's a real quick shot of them all together. Alright, peace. I'm out of here, yo.